Hey Tony, it's Thursday, and first off, to answer your question of the week, there are two games I'm running currently. One of which is the Starfinder game I've been running for a little over a year, and the other one is obviously Masks. Otherwise, those are the only games I'm running right now, and I won't be running any more games until those two have been dropped off. But I might end up running an Icewind Dale for actually Jay's dad, so that'll be interesting to say the least. So what I want to talk about this week, Tony, is probably going to be fairly obvious. It's it's December 10th, and Cyberpunk 2077 is now out.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about video game awards, which is going on right now.
Yeah, I don't care about the video game awards. I never have. So
Sacrilege.
sorry guys. So Cyberpunk came out. It officially released in America at 7 p.m. last night. And I actually took 2 days off of work, which I don't usually do, so this has been kind of enjoyable. I mean, I had therapy earlier today, I had physical therapy earlier today, which was fine, but I've mostly been playing Cyberpunk. And I have a lot of opinions on it, most of them good. One thing that I have to completely come out and open is that this game was never going to live up to the hype that had been built for it. It's just... There was no way, and I don't even mean that as a bad thing, because it's still a fantastic game. It never would have reached the hype that it's been building for years. And that's okay, it doesn't have to. So, otherwise the game has been really good. I'm level 9, and I'm probably... How many hours am I in on this game now? As I go and look really quick how many hours I'm in.
You still playing it?
I'm just around 9 hours in the game. Now, not all of that has been me playing it. A lot of it's been like me having it up in a menu as I run a small errand, but I would say I've probably put in almost exactly 9 hours on the game. And I feel like that's enough time to at least have some preliminary opinions on it. And again, most of the opinions are really good. So far the story has been exactly what I would have expected from a CD Projekt Red game. It's been really good, it's been interesting, the characters have been real and believable, which is great. And I've had a couple highlights already. There's a character who dies in it, and just it automatically happens, and one of my favorite side quests so far was his funeral. And that was really cool, and it was exactly what I expected from CD Projekt Red. So, you might or might not know, Tony, CD Projekt Red has made the Witcher games, and I know you know that Witcher 3 is arguably my favorite game. It's up there with...
Have you heard of The Witcher? Have you heard of The Witcher?
Have you heard of
The Witcher?
Gwent?
Have you heard of The Witcher? I'm
Have you
playing
heard
The
of-
Witcher, Taylor!
Justice, guess what game I'm playing?
Gwent. It's like right now, like my favorite games of all time are probably somewhere between, or like kind of a tie between Fallout New Vegas, Witcher 3, and
He's lying. It's entirely just The Witcher because it's all he talks about and compares other games to.
okay, Witcher 3 is the definitive version of 2000s RPG, fantasy RPGs. So come at me.
We do, frequently.
I know you do. But Cyberpunk has been excellent so far. I've had some minor complaints. I'm playing it on a laptop, and it runs well, but I'm on pretty low settings, so I can't really speak about the graphical big things on it, because for people who have like big gaming rigs, it's looked amazing. I've seen screenshots, I've seen some video, and people who have like a big gaming rig have like it on the ultra high settings. This game is gorgeous. The laptop I have pretty low settings on it just to make it run really well, and it's run really well so far, which is great. Again, the story is really good. I'm not very far in it. I finished Act 1, but the Act 1 is really just kind of set up for the rest of the game, where I haven't had a ton of side quests, I haven't had a ton of other missions besides just kind of the introductory ones. And those have been interesting so far. I think one thing I have heard about the game is, and I hope I see it more in Act 2, is CD Projekt Red tried to make every single quest have the same value, like all of the side quests and all of the main quests to have the same artistic value that Witcher 3 did. And Witcher 3 quests are one of the strongest parts of that game. And in the quests I've gone through of the side quests and things like that, I have to say it has been really, really good. Like, I've only had one or two, but they've really, you can tell that CD Projekt Red learned a lot from Witcher 3 and has made the quests just as good as they were there. Main quest has been excellent as well. It's a pretty interesting crime drama right now. Now, there was a big development at the end of Act 1, and there's a small interlude, which was pretty cool. You play as a different character than your main character named V, and it's pretty cool. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you watch any YouTube videos on this, Tony. I tend to doubt you will, but in case you're interested, there's going to be tons of YouTube videos about it, I guarantee it. But from what I've gotten, it's been mostly highs. A couple of the lows, though, is it has had some bugs. I haven't had any game-breaking bugs. I've heard a lot of people have had game-breaking bugs, or, have had bugs that make your character's genitals pop out outside their clothes, which is a funny bug, but still a bit of a bug, especially because that would not be safe for a lot of viewers on like a YouTube or a Twitch, and there might or might not be bans that could pop out from that. But it's kind of a funny glitch if it doesn't impact you that way. Of the glitches that I've had, I've really only had a couple, and none of them were game-breaking. I think the worst one I've had was I wasn't able to change my my viewpoint when I was in the car. And that was a little annoying because the driving's not great. That's one complaint I have, is the driving is really not satisfying, if that's the proper term. In which, like, you don't necessarily feel like your vehicle's moving. Like, there are some games that have really satisfying driving. One that I really think of is Mafia 3 has some of my favorite driving in an open world game. And Cyberpunk.
Yeah, see?
Cyberpunk definitely is not at that point. Another bug I've had was I was using a shotgun at one point to fight some enemies, and the shotgun disappeared, so like I couldn't aim it. It just had V, who just had his arms out with nothing there, which broke some immersion. But it wasn't like a game break. That was just kind of one of those funny ones. And the last one, that I can really think of, is I looked in a mirror and my hair disappeared because I had a hat on, and the hat wasn't registering in the mirror, so my hair wasn't registering either. And that was another just kind of funny glitch that I was like, oh, what? But it does do something to remove some immersion, and I've heard some people have had game-breaking bugs. Otherwise, it's been really good. I'm really excited to see where the story goes, because I've heard it picks up in Act 2, whereas Act 1 is kind of a basic setup. So I'm really excited to see where it goes. So, Tony, my question for you is, are you going to watch any YouTube videos of Let's Plays of Cyberpunk? Tony, I'll see you on Monday. Later, bro.